Yo, what's up, everybody? Y'all be watching. I was watching Kevin Samuels, like this old clip, and I think he just found his niche. And what I'm saying is like people need to understand that relationships are not going to be perfect. Nature doesn't create anything perfect. Nobody has a perfect head. Nobody has a perfect hairline. Humans make things perfect. You never seen a perfectly straight tree, but you've seen a perfectly straight street light. Humans make things perfect. Nature doesn't make things perfect. You don't have a perfectly round head. That's why I say the earth is not perfectly round. The earth has a warp in it. The earth is like the human head. But nature doesn't make things perfect. TV makes relationships look perfect. And people try to make their relationships like they see them on TV. And they're not going to be perfect. But you ask anybody that's been in a marriage for a long time, they'll tell you their marriage is not perfect. They just found out what works. And what people need to realize, and what Kevin Samuelson never said is, when somebody likes you, they'll do things for you. Remember that. When somebody likes you, they'll do things for you. A lot of times, you guys, people just be picking the wrong mates. That's all it is. That's all. That's why I can understand. There are a lot of good women out here. There are a lot of good women, a lot of good black women out here. But guys want that girl to be perfect. She's not going to do everything perfect. It's very rare that you're going to find a woman that looks good, has a good body, well-mannered, cooks, cleans. You're not going to find a woman that does everything. You're not going to find a man that does everything. That's bullshit. You have an unrealistic expectation. That's what that's called. An unrealistic expectation. That's what most people have. And that's why relationships don't work. And then a lot of guys, they just seem like people just date just to date. They're not looking for the long-term process. They're not going into a relationship looking for something forever. They're just looking for somebody that they can just chill with for now. And they can play house. And then you got all these people coming to tell you that marriage ain't this, and marriage ain't that, and marriage is just a paper. It's just too much. You got to find out. It's just too much bullshit going on. You got to find out what works for you. And what works for you is what works for you. Like, I got friends that are married. And some of the things that some of the things their wife, I wouldn't put up with some of the shit their wife would do. But that's them. And that's what works for them. You know, that's their relationship. I can't talk about their relationship. That works for them. And they're happy. And that's good. You know, people are trying to put their brain into everybody else's head so everybody can think like them. You can't do that. You got to find out what works for you. And the reason you got to understand, like I be saying, most black men and black women grow up in single parent homes, where their mother does everything. And a lot of guys think like their mother. They always talk about what my mother said this, my mother said that. Chris Rock said that the other day. My mother said, don't ever fight in front of white people. You know, when Will Smith hit him, he said, his mother told him, don't ever fight in front of white people. Fuck that. Whatever you do to me, I'm going to do it to you. If you hit me, I'm going to hit you back. Fuck that. I don't care. You shouldn't fight for the black people. You shouldn't fight at all. Shit. I'm talking about don't fight. Stop putting white people like this up here and you down here, and you shouldn't do this in front of that, and you shouldn't do that. Fuck that, man. Be a man. Shit. Don't fight in front of nobody if that's the case. I don't know what his mother said. Black men always come up with their mothers. My mother said this, my mother said that. If your mother knew so much, she would have been married. She wouldn't be a single mother, and you would have stepbrothers and shit now. Like I'm saying, guys be so quick to call a girl a hoe, but most of these same guys never met their own father. They be like, she a hoe, she a hoe. But they never met their father. So what that mean? That mean your mother was getting around. I'm not saying something bad about your mother, but I'm just saying. You know, she's not, what does she know? So I be telling guys, you gotta stop. You gotta forget all that. Sometimes you gotta forget all that shit your mother told you. Like your parents say, you gonna eat everything on your plate, and you're not gonna move until you finish your plate. That's teaching your child to be greedy. That's teaching your child to eat when they're not hungry. That's a generational curse. Eating when you're not hungry, and eating when you're full. That's why you see people with stomachs way out here, because they full and they continue to eat. They eat too fast. Like I tell you, when you eat fast, when you eat fast, your stomach doesn't have the time to send a message to your brain that you're satisfied. So you keep eating and you keep eating till you stuff. And then when your stomach growl, that's your stomach growing back into its natural place. That's why it's growling like that, because you done stretched it out of shape. And you be stretching your stomach. And the more you eat, the more it takes to fill you up. That's why you shouldn't be eating like that. That's why I tell people eat slow. And you gotta eat. I know I'm going up the subject. That's why I say eat slow and sit down and eat with a knife and fork. That's why when you're eating on the run, you don't have time to realize that you're satisfied, because you're eating too fast. That's why fast food is called fast food. You're eating it on a run. You're eating while you're walking. You're not sitting down and eating. And you're not eating with a knife and fork. And that's why I say when you go out to a restaurant to eat, you chilling with your girl, and both y'all eating with y'all pushing the food up on your fork with the bread instead of using a butter knife. You're supposed to use a knife and a fork. That's table etiquette. I hate to see people eat with a knife and with a fork, and they don't know how to eat with a knife and fork. Learn how to eat with a knife and fork. I ain't perfect, but I'm saying, I ain't gonna sit at the table and not eat with a knife and fork. I like to eat with a knife and fork. That makes you eat slower. Well, how to get off that subject? Oh, I was talking about what your mother said. Yeah, you gotta forget that shit. You gotta stop doing everything your mother said. Learn to think for yourself. All right, y'all, let me go. Talk to you later. That was a nice one.